Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's the Junkie, and I'm back with a different type of video. It's not about comics today, but I'm going to show you this part of my room. I don't want to be on film. It's not in the mood today. Just kind of depressed, and not so much depressed, but just worried, and got a lot on my mind. And I wanted to go ahead and talk about it. Get it off my chest and start a discussion. It's about this coronavirus, man. Some scary shit, guys. It really is. This is Wednesday, I believe, the 7th or the 8th of April. I can't remember which day it is. I think it's the 8th. So Thursday, 9, 10. Yeah, I think it's the 8th. No new comic books, so that sucks. I've been off, I was off yesterday and today, and then I'm off Easter and Monday, so, if you guys didn't know, I work in retail. I am a meat cutter. Some would say a butcher, but down here in Florida, so I am labeled essential because I work in a grocery store. I do make pretty good money, I'm not going to lie. I make over $20 an hour. So, with just a high school diploma, I think that's pretty good, but I am considered essential, and this is what I really wanted to talk about today in this video, and kind of get some things off my chest, and maybe inform you guys on some things that might help you guys and help people that work in retail. I've been in my line of work for 30 years. Crazy, I know, it's hard to believe. I started when I was 19 at the company I work for. I left for a year in 2001 because of my previous marriage. My shitty ex-wife, quote-unquote, had to be on bed rest with my daughter. So I had to quit my job, and unfortunate for me, I had to sell my stocks that I had with this company, which is a fair amount. It ended up being, after taxes, about $45,000. I think it was like 65. So I lost about a third. Got her out of debt. I paid off some of her big loans that she had, and her credit cards, of course. You know how the story goes. And then my daughter was born, and a year later she moved out. And that was that. So basically I used for my money. Anyways, long story short, I started back with the company that I originally worked for, and that's where I am today. And I'm considered essential. And now this goes for anybody that works at a gas station, fast food. I mean, even though they're only doing drive-through and curbside or whatever, grocery stores, Walmart, Target. So this is a shout out to those people. If you guys watch my videos and you work in those industries, God bless you guys. I mean, I don't believe in, I'm not religious, and I don't believe in a God, but whatever you believe in, bless you. I mean, because it's tough out there, guys. I mean, it really is. And I mean, the people that are on quarantine from their jobs, whether it be laid off or the jobs just closed down until this is over and you're getting paid. I mean, eventually everybody that is out of work right now is going to get paid. The government is protecting you guys. They're bumping up to basically where you guys are going to make your paycheck. You may not have seen those checks yet, but eventually it will come in. And fortunate for you guys, you are able to be safe at home with your families, and the only time you put yourself at risk is when you go out for quote-unquote essential items. So basically, you could be protected from this virus and not even worry about it. Just go to the grocery store once every 2 weeks and just stock up, and you guys just stay home, which you should be you really should be doing. I don't think this virus is something to joke around about, to fuck around with, or be like, oh, I don't think it's real, whatever. But you guys are being paid to stay home, which is nice. Because I wish they would give us that option if you didn't feel comfortable coming to work. That you are able to stay home and not worry about it. But unfortunate for people like me and other people that work in the retail industry that are open, we don't have that option. And what really sucks is you guys that are out of work, your companies are allowing you to use sick time to be out, which is nice, or you guys are just getting paid. Because the president said, everybody's going to get paid that's out of work. For me, I have amassed 650 plus hours of sick time, which, equals out to be about, what is that, 4 months and a week of sick time that I have saved up, that through my company, if you don't use it, you lose it. So for me, if my company said, hey, if you wanted to take the next 3 weeks off and use your sick time, I would be all over that like white on rice. I would be home. I wouldn't leave the house. I'd shop every 2 weeks. And I'd buy enough groceries for me and Jessica to last us. And I wouldn't leave the house. I'd stay inside. And it really kind of bugs us, because my wife, she works for the same company. And she is a pharmacy technician. So she's even on the front lines even more than I am. So it kind of sucks to see like posts and videos of people like making jokes about being quarantined, about being bored, blah, blah, blah. I mean, at least you guys are able to be home and safe. People like, that work in retail. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm bitching, but I'm going to get to more of my points here in a second. At least you're able to be home and be safe. You're around your little nucleus family, and you don't have to worry about getting in unless you really put yourself at risk and by going to the grocery store. But people like me and my wife, we don't have that option. We have to go to work every day. We work 40 plus hours because companies are allowing overtime. And just up until recently, most companies weren't even protecting the employees. It was like we were just second-class citizens, but quote-unquote were essential. They weren't providing us with masks. A lot of companies put up rules, stay 6 feet apart, social distancing or whatever it's called. And I can tell you from my experience, that isn't even happening at all, period, point blank, not. It's not happening. I'll see down an aisle where the lunch meat is and the bacon, there'll be 30, 40 people down that aisle, and no one's doing any kind of staying apart, staying away. Like I said, I work in the meat department, so when we cut meat or put out chicken or put out hamburger, as soon as we walk out that door with a rack, because, there's been a shortage over the past couple weeks, and a lot of grocery chains are just getting enough to last maybe a day or two before their next delivery. We get 3 deliveries a week, so it's not a lot, and there's one point where we get a delivery on Monday, and we don't get our next delivery till Thursday. So at one point, we had to put a limit on amount of packages of meat that you could buy, just to make it through that 3-day span, because when there was no limit, we'd put it out on Monday, and it was gone by Monday night. So then you'd have to go Tuesday, Wednesday with absolutely no meat product in your case. And, so social distancing in grocery stores, as far as I see, is not happening. It's just not happening. And people are shopping in the store, and they're coming in and they're buying a thing of bananas and a loaf of bread, and they're holding a little hand basket, or they're buying candy or fucking cupcakes. That's not essential buying, people. That is just, hey, I'm bored and I need to get out of the house, and I can't go to the mall, I can't go to the movies, I can't go do this, I can't do that. So let's just go to Walmart or Target or a grocery store and use that as an excuse for being social with our neighbors. Hey, Joey, down the street, meet me at, Walmart at 3, and we'll hang out, we'll talk, we'll shoot the shit. It's not what that's for. It's for you to get in there, shop for a week or two, and get out. It's not a place to linger. You see people coming in with cart full of kids. And I know people are using the excuse, well, I don't have a husband, or I don't have a significant other, and I have no one to watch my kids, so I have to bring them all with me. So you're willing to risk putting all your kids' lives at stake to come in and get a loaf of bread, some cupcakes, and some jujubes. I mean, it's just not worth it. There's got to be a neighbor. You've got to have a close relative that say, hey, listen, can you watch my kids while I go to the grocery store and buy 2 weeks worth of groceries so I'm not in there every other day? And, it's getting to the point where it's fearful to go to work, because you just know that you've come in if you work in a retail industry, I guarantee you, I probably come in contact with somebody that has that virus probably every day. And up until recently, we didn't have any protection. We weren't allowed to wear it, and then they changed it once the government said, retail people recommend that the retail people wear protection. But up until that point, we didn't have protection. So my words to you guys is just, please don't go to these places unless you really have to. Shop and get what you need to last you a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then go back. It sucks that we're considered essential, but we don't get any extra benefit from being considered essential. Now I know, I'll see, firefighters and police officers and nurses and doctors, and they're like, hey, we're putting our life at risk, blah, blah, blah. But to be fair and not to bitch, I love all the essential workers that work in those fields. Thank God for them, because they are the ones helping us and stuff like that. But that's the kind of job you guys signed up for. You signed up to put yourself at risk for pandemics or war or riots or stuff like fires and stuff like that. People in retail didn't sign up for that. When I got my job as a meat cutter, I never signed a paper saying, hey, I'm going to put myself at risk from getting a life-threatening disease, virus. So when it comes to that, props to you guys, but you guys, I'm not trying to be an asshole or a dick, but you guys kind of know what you guys are getting into when you sign up for the military, the police, the fire department, nurses, and doctors. You guys know you guys are on the front lines for the most critical things that happen in America. Whereas people at Walmart, Target, and grocery stores and gas stations, we didn't sign up for that. And we don't get any extra pay or any extra benefit from that. So, just a little rant, guys. It's scary out there for people like me that do work in retail, that know that every day you go into work. And it's weird because you'll come home and, like, I've got bronchitis. So I do, if you guys hear me in my videos, I do cough. But it's worrisome because when I cough or I get a little bit of a stress headache, or, the inside of my nose, like right now, is like super dry. And it worries me because I'm thinking, do I have it? And, whatever. And it's scary to think, to come home every day that I got a body ache, or I'm coughing a little bit more than I normally do. Is that the onset of the coronavirus? So just keep in mind, and when you guys shop, and somebody's putting something out on the aisle, whether it's a stock clerk or a deli clerk or a produce clerk or a meat clerk or a meat guy or whatever, you don't have to get right up on their shoulder and say, hey, do you have this? Do you have that? Do you have this? Just say, hey, politely, hey, excuse me. Stay 6 feet back. Respect the boundaries. And be safe out there, guys. It's a junkie. I just wanted to get this off my chest because it just seems like it's getting worse. And now we're being told the next week and a half, 2 weeks, is really going to be the peak of things happening. And yeah, I just want everybody to be safe. And everybody that works in retail, whether it be gas stations, like I said, Walmart, Target, any kind of retail, fast food, if you guys are open right now during this, my hat's off to you guys. Props to you guys. And stay safe out there. Wear the mask if you can get one. My company finally got us masks. And but I've been off the past 2 days, so I haven't gotten mine yet. I will get mine tomorrow when I go in, hopefully. And just stay safe out there, guys. Just remember, if you don't really have to leave the house, just kind of stay inside. I know it's boring and blah, 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 but I'd rather be home, bored, looking at comics, watching movies, watching Netflix, hanging out with my wife, playing with Miss Haley, than to be out there at risk every day of getting some basically life-threatening virus. And I'm not even, I didn't even sign up for it. So, and you guys are fortunate to be able to stay home and get paid and not worry about it, and only put yourself at risk when you guys want to go out and get a bag of M&Ms. But stay safe, guys. It's a junkie. Sorry about this video. I know it's not comic related, but just wanted to kind of get this off my chest and talk about my fears as a retail employee. Stay safe. Stay awesome. It's a junkie, and I'm out. Peace.